Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm KandyCorpse, you can call me Kay, and today is going to be more confessions. So yeah, let's just get started. I've got my mac and cheese, I've got my Dr. Pepper. Both things are going to upset my stomach, and I'm sure some of these confessions are going to just accelerate that process. So let's get started. I constantly stole a drug dealer's money as a bank teller. Ooh. 15 years back, I manned the drive-thru as a bank teller. We had this a dealer who'd toss a bag of cash our way. It was a jumbled mess, no order whatsoever. He trusted me to tally it right and deposit the correct sum. Since he seemed clueless about the amounts, I'd skim 100 to 200 occasionally, got away with it every time, never caught. First of all, 15 years ago, that was a long time ago. That was early 2000s. This was posted 9 days ago. So like, I mean, I would have assumed they already had cameras, but I mean, you also working there would know where there isn't cameras, where there is. So I guess you would know how to get away with it. Working at a bank, I can like see, depending on where they worked and how the stuff worked with the computer, I can see how they would have gotten away with that without leaving a paper trail, especially because he had no idea. And that's the big thing when you go to banks, know how much money you have, because if you don't, you could happen across a dishonest teller. But also, that's fucking crazy. A dealer, like, he could have, like, if he found out, bro, you're done. That's crazy. Like, actually. I faked a pregnancy and miscarriage to everyone around me. I feel like quite a few people have done that. I've heard a lot of stories about that, and that's such a crazy fucking thing to fake. The only thing that I agreed with was I seen one, I think it was an AITAH, and people knew she faked it, and the reason she faked it was because her cousin kept copying her. So in order to prove that her cousin was copying her, she told everyone she was faking it, told her cousin she was pregnant, and then her cousin was pregnant, and then told everyone she lost the baby. They all knew. And then her cousin also suddenly miscarried. Just to like prove a point, I guess. I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny, not gonna lie. But this is different. That's crazy. My twin brother and I used to shoot spit wads at our uncle's forehead, who was paralyzed and wheelchair bound. Straight to hell. My mother gave me pills, and now I'm an opioid addict. That's crazy. I've been keeping the secret for about 4 years. All those years ago, I was going through what at the time was the most serious and traumatic breakup. I was vulnerable. I had been through years of a toxic relationship. I lived with my mom at the time. She had quite a slew of back problems. She got prescribed Percocet and often tried to give them to me. I tried them before, but they made my stomach hurt, so I turned her down. She continued to offer them to me. One day I decided to take one. I was hurting from work or something, and I snorted it. It was great. My stomach didn't hurt, and I felt better. Girl. Edit. There's been a lot of negative comments and assumptions here. No, I'm not blaming my mother for my mistakes. I did not include all the details here. It's a confession to get it off my chest, and if you can't be nice, you'll be reported and blocked. Yeah, that's kind of the point of this like subreddit, is to like talk about your confessions, but I've noticed a lot of people are just like being rude. I've been lying to my parents about uni and how I'm mentally okay. Relatable. I did that too. I was not mentally okay, and it was just, there was a lot going on. I turned the Wi-Fi off to get my roommate's friends to leave. I love that. Keep doing it. I've been working years as a tutor, knowing it's pointless. Clients are wasting their money, and I'm a bad tutor. And nobody's turned you in? Like, I don't know how that works, but that's crazy. I chopped a snake's head off because it was stuck in a bug trap. As the title says, I found a small snake in a sticky, large bug trap. I cut the trap up to make it easier to get it off the snake. I tried taking the snake off the trap slowly, but it was taking scales with it and leaving such an amount of sticky residue behind that I couldn't imagine how this guy would survive. I spent a while trying to come up with solutions to save it, but I resorted to a mercy killing. Exotic animal rescues were closed, and I couldn't stand the thought of just leaving the thing in the trap until they opened 42 plus hours later. So this must have been like a Friday night or something. I can't stop thinking about it. I cried when I did it, and I've cried since. I held the thing in my hand for quite a while trying to save it. It was living and breathing in my hands. The worst part is I tried to make it quick with scissors. It was relatively quick, but just slow motion in the moment. I just can't feel right about it, and I feel so awful. Edit to update. You guys have been surely kind. Weird that they're nice in this one, but they were saying they were doing it out of mercy, I guess. I'm not fully in a place to feel better about it yet, but I really am thankful for your uplifting, encouraging, and informational comments. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like there was definitely a way to go about that that did not involve killing it. I don't know how old this person is, but like oil or some kind of, you know, whatever, just to try to like get the residue off, try to get it out. I feel like killing it should have been like a very last step type of thing. In 6th grade and 7th grade, I used to stare at this girl every day. Bro, they all did that. Am I the only girl who innocently insults people and doesn't realize it? No, I feel like that's kind of relatable, especially for a lot of people who are neurodivergent in some way. They don't necessarily think that the things that they say and do can come off as insulting or rude sometimes. And just in general, some people are just like that. They don't realize that what they say can be interpreted incorrectly or like really just doesn't sound the way that they meant. I faked my nationality and made a whole different personality to make friends. Listen. Just don't. I tried to change my hermit crab's outfit when I was 5. I feel like that was a common thing. Hermit crabs are definitely not like pets for kids, but a lot of kids had them as pets. That no, girl, no. I feel like a lot of people have done that. Girl on the elevator might have been drugged and I did nothing. Bitch! Almost 1 year ago on a cruise, a girl and a man got in the same elevator as me. I say girl, but I really don't know how old she was. The man looked like he could have been her father. She was wobbly, and the man she got on with was holding her arm to keep her from wandering around. She looked very zoned out and wasn't saying a word. I got worried and thought about asking her if she was okay, even though I knew she wasn't. She was so out of it. The guy she was with looked very annoyed, as if this happens a lot. I had no idea what to do. It looked bad, but I didn't say or do anything because there's so many cameras around, no one would do that, right? And nobody else in the elevator seemed concerned. I feel so ashamed that I let the fear of being wrong and causing a scene stop me from potentially stopping someone from being raped. Please stay safe out there. Edit. Thank you to everyone that commented. It was nice to hear point of views on this. I'm sure I'll always hold some shame with the memory, but I'll try to let it go. Yeah, because I mean, you can't really do anything, but I mean, it definitely wouldn't have been terrible to say, like, you know, hey, like, are you okay? Like, you know, at least bring some sort of awareness to it. But, you know, you don't know what happened. So when I stay at hotels, I draw in the Bibles in the nightstand. Okay. You're done. You're done. I made my demented grandmother watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup. You are burning for that. I accidentally broke my 2-year-old little sister's leg. Oh, not same, but I have accidentally, and yes, it was an accident. I've actually done this to my dad too. I have accidentally sent both my brother and sister to the hospital because I cracked their heads open when I was very young, and I also accidentally cracked my dad's head open too. That, I don't know if he went to the hospital or not. I was very, very young, so I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, with my brother, it wasn't like directly my fault. With my dad, it was. He was sitting on a chair and it had like wheels. I was really, really young. He came to the babysitter's house, picked me up. I ran and I jumped in his lap. And when I jumped in his lap, the chair like flipped. So he fell back because of the wheels. And there was like, it was like a farmhouse type decor in the kitchen. So there was like a little fucking chicken statue. And he cracked his head right on it. And then the next one, I think was the next one, but these two may have been in opposite orders, was my brother. We were jumping on my bed in my room, and he fell off, and he ended up going face first into the corner of the dresser, smashed his head open, had to go get my mom. And then when it happened to my sister, that was a few years later, and my mom wanted me to help her like get ready to get in the shower. So I was helping her pull her socks off because she was being a bitch and she wouldn't take them off herself. And I went to go pull her sock off. And when I pulled, I thought she was holding onto the wall. I don't know if she was or wasn't. I don't know if she slipped. But when I went to pull on her sock, she just fucking like both of her feet came right out from under her. I don't know why, but both of them did. And instead of just falling back, she ended up falling sideways and ended up cracking her head on the corner of the wall where like, because the way our like shower tub was, because it was like the 2-in-1, there was like an extra wall that came out, and then the sink was like in the wall, if that makes sense. That's what she hit her head on, was the corner of that. So yeah, same, except I would argue it was a lot worse for me. I've been taking my psychiatric meds in over a year. Girl, same. It's been a few years. They prescribed me some and they kind of helped, and then I couldn't get them anymore. And you know what? I'm just raw dogging life and it's hard. So that's gonna be the end of this video. My cats decided to make a big fucking mess in the other room. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys like these confessions, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. I also have other playlists where I do AITA. I do a lot of paranormal stuff, true crime related type stuff. So if that's your cup of tea, if that's your taste, definitely subscribe and check out my other playlists. And I will see you guys in the next video.